Okay, let's get this party started. I'm gonna do away with the chimes right now. Let my voice be the right vibration to tune you in. Yes. I just did a video on part one. So if you haven't heard that one, go back and listen to that one first. This is the second part. It doesn't really matter. You still gonna get the information. But I want to bring y'all brothers up on game of what's going on, what's really going on, because y'all have no idea. Y'all have not been around long enough to know how the game is played. It's a game to him, but it's life and death for us. I've seen this played before, many times, in real life and in history. Anytime somebody's coming in your community to help you, it's always a trick. It's really to help themselves. I just said that the other day. Anytime somebody's coming to help us, and nobody helps us. It's to help themselves. So don't believe me, I'm just an old school, but you will live. My will is you live to see what I'm telling you is true. You won't see it right away. It may take a few years, but you're going to see what I'm saying is true. Whenever we begin to unite as a people and do for self and practice self determination, everything turns against us. Talking about the country. That's how we lost our community under the term of civil rights. Yeah, right. It's right for you to run us out of our community, force us to go outside of our community. We had schools. Just because they wasn't as high grade as us, we had the love of the people in our communities. But that was progress. They call it civil rights. They call it helping us. I lived through that era. And now you see the result of it, don't you? You should see it. You should have seen it 2 generations ago. Destruction of the family, no community, no love. This is what caused the hate. All you see is yourself hating. Everybody else hates you. Why don't you hate yourself? That's the propaganda. That's the programming. All these people shooting each other under mind control. Mind control is why we're killing each other. You think people just grew up and decide to shoot each other? No, that has to be a mind game. Y'all can't see it. Well, you will. And why is this? Why do I say so-called black people are always targeted? Well, very simple. And I'm gonna get into that later. But I got some other points. You know, this is one of the few times I have actually wrote down some notes because usually I don't need notes, but I want to be sure I cover everything because I don't want to keep coming on 2 or 3 times like I did the other day. I want to cover it all in one scoop. So I took notes. This is what the ancestors telling me. This game has been played before. What you talking about, old school? I'm talking about helping us. Helping us. Nobody helps us. You're not helping us by stopping the crime. You the cause of the crime. Let me take my time, so I'm very emotional here. Take a deep breath. So, you know, Trump has cut off DEI and all these programs that they was giving us things. And I said that was good, and I'll continue to say that was good because that means we got to go in our mind and do something for ourselves. And that's what was happening. No, you're not going to get rid of the crime overnight. It's going to take time. But it's going to be a lasting peace. because minds have to be changed. Programming got to be rewritten. Mindset have to be changed. But no, they don't want it to happen that way. They want to have a quick change. We just bring troops in and force you to change our way. Do it my way. So, and first off, you see these so-called black women. I don't say I know they're women, but I'm saying so-called black because they don't know who they are. You can't follow them. No, you really are lost if you follow them because they have been miseducated. Now, the man, we can be miseducated, but we have a gift. Yes, many of us do have a gift, a divine you cannot take away from us. And I can explain this very quickly. I can explain it very quickly. You see, women, your genes are only from the female lines. That's XX. You get the female traits of the man, and you get the female traits of your mother. The man, the reason why we always wanted sons, why most people want sons, is because the son, he gets the traits of the mother, the X, and he get the traits, the genealogy of the man. Yes, traits are inherited. Not the we're not talking about the mitochondrial DNA. We know that only come from the woman. But the woman she's missing that maleness. She's missing that in her genes. Now she may act male-ish, but she don't have that in the genes. That only comes from the man. That's what the Y chromosome is all about. So what I'm saying is don't expect leadership from her. That's against nature. Not saying there haven't been some great leaders among women. I'm just telling you the facts, the genealogy of it. Now, we were building up our communities because we had to. Government wasn't giving you anything anymore. They wasn't just hiring you as a token anymore. They call it DEI. Another generation, they call it affirmative action. They call it many different things, but they're not giving you nothing anymore. So you had to go in and do something for yourself as a community. And my investigation showed me this is what they was doing. They was taking the crime out. They was addressing from the core issue. The core issue is the family. The core issue is the family. They was making a difference. So the way this country operates is say, okay, we can't have these people thinking on their own, doing what they want to do, finding their solutions. We're going to lose them as slaves if we allow that to happen. So what they did, they create this whole situation of crime, criminal activity. They created it. Y'all forget that? Where did this self-hate come from? It's from teaching, miseducating, teaching you're nothing, you know nothing but a slave. Lying to us, miseducating us. So you don't value yourself, you're not going to value anyone else. And no, the parents didn't teach them because the parents didn't know. Y'all made sure of that. Y'all destroy all of our self-esteem things to show us we are valuable people. It's sort of like, I'm not going to make this comparison, but look at the alphabet people. You know why the man don't want to be a man? You know why the so-called white man don't want to be a white man? Because of the reputation he has. He don't want to carry that reputation, so he said, I'd rather be a woman. That's what my studies showed me. You'd rather be a woman than to live with that baggage, that burden of what? White man. Ooh. So transfer that to us as a people. We rather, and I hope they let this stay on because I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling it. Don't apply to you, don't use it. So because of self-hatred for generations, we grew up killing each other, thinking we're each other enemies, because that's what he taught us, that we're each other enemies. And he could have stopped this a long time ago just by teaching us who we are, our real history. Stop lying to us, telling we come from Africa, all these filthy lies. No, he's not doing that. So he created this scenario where we're shooting each other. And now you're going to let him come in and solve it? Yeah, he give you two solutions. And he the author of both of them. I got my notes here, but I'm just so excited. I'm not even reading my notes. And whenever we become to be a united force because we're forced to, then he comes in with his solution. He don't want you to think for yourself. He don't want you to raise yourself up by your bootstraps. Why? Because you cannot be his servant anymore. He got to have a slave. He got to. You got to have somebody to kick around. They don't kick the dog around anymore. You can be in jail for that. So he got to have you to kick around to be his dog. And to prove this, the so-called Latinos, because that's not really who they are. We are the real Latinos, but that's another video. So they call them Latinos, not Latinos. They call them Latinos. That's not who they really are. So I say so-called Latinos. They come here, and he hasn't destroyed their family, their will to be family. So they raise themselves up, and they make sure they're not under his thumb. So he can't do nothing with them because they haven't been brainwashed as much. So he tried to use them, and he said, well, they're not going to work. They too self-upward mobile. They come in, they prosper. We can't use them. So he don't want to give us up. See, another reason he don't want to give us up because we're his protection. We are his protection. If you notice, nobody has ever attacked America as long as he had us over here. We've been here all the time, but that's why he came here, because he knows these are God's people, and nobody's going to harm us. So he's going to be holding us hostage all these years. And I'm not making sense to y'all. That's okay. You just live long enough. You'll see what I'm saying is coming to pass. So the man has always created the conditions, and then he provides the solutions. So you're not using your mind. But we were slowly taking ourselves out of his control. That's why he decided to bring in the National Guards. These people getting really free in themselves. Otherwise, there's no reason to do it now. There's no rush to do it now. Not even a warning, say, okay, you don't have 30 days or 90 days or 6 months. No, because we're moving too fast. We are very wonderful, divine people who can accomplish whatever we will once we put our mind to it. And he was helping us. He was helping us determine us to get ourselves and to improve our condition and bring our community back. And then we start doing it. He said, nope, I can't let y'all do that, because we need y'all to be under us. So remember, everything he has brought to us has been from his mind, disguised as helping us. I look out when someone say they want to help me, I say, get out my way, because nothing you have ever done has helped me in the long run. In the short run, it may look like help, but in the long run, no, he's made you dependent. He made you his servant. He's kept you in debt. So, young boys, young men, don't be deceived, thinking that the males don't know what he's talking about. He got a little gray. He may know a little more than you do. And man, he's dark skinned. Man, that's a new one. We actually had a dark skinned brother. You mean loving us? Loving on our color? Man, he can change things. He got that divine spark. So yeah, they know he can change it. They know he can do it. That's why they're coming in, sabotaging, make sure it don't happen. So that's basically what I want to say. If I think of something else that I didn't cover, I'll come back. But don't be misled by the troops needed. Because you're going to see a few years later, you have less control of your own communities. He still wants you to come to him for everything. He didn't want you to be independent. That's the bottom line. He give you the opportunity to be independent, and once you decide that you're going to take that opportunity and prove on it, he said, no, I changed my mind. Do you know we was running oil companies back in the 20s and 30s? We had contracts with Saudi Arabia. You didn't know that, did you? The actual idea of oil, importing oil, came from us. You didn't know that, did you? Everything he has, he's stolen from us. So as long as he can keep us divided, begging him for anything, he's won the war. Because he's been at war ever since he's been here. Y'all don't. That's why y'all get in trouble. Y'all think this man is like, no, he's at war against you. That's why he don't come to speak to you or help you unless he got a trick. And he used his worst slave making program. Most effective one is Christianity. So don't believe me. I'm just a old man in the white talking to the young brother. But the brother got his books out and he said, let me see if this old man saying something makes sense. You may not see it right away, but if you live, you will see it. And you will live to see it. So I'm not saying go out and break no laws. I'm just saying understand what is going on and why. It's not to help you, it's to help himself. That's the history. It's always been that way until you change it. And you got to divorce yourself. You got to get off his program, get off his plantation, get away from the TV.